What's good, Knicks fans? Welcome to another edition of Knicks Latest. The New York Knicks have defeated the Boston Celtics in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. We're going to get to in a second, but first, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're building a whole community here of Knicks fans. I want to be able to talk to you. I want to share your opinions. Your opinions are just as valid as mine, and I want to make sure we talk about it here on Knicks Latest. You can follow me everywhere at Josh_Rodriguez_. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, leave a comment. Do you think the Knicks have a legit chance to actually do this? Can they actually upset the Boston Celtics in a 7-game series? Let's get right into it. The reason why I asked that question is because the Knicks went into Boston last night and defeated the Boston Celtics in overtime, erasing a 20-point deficit. An amazing comeback, one for the ages, one of the best wins in Knicks playoff history. So much to talk about here. A lot of it, let's be honest, having to do with the Boston Celtics missing 45 threes, an NBA record, 45 threes in Game 1. They missed a lot of threes, but also, got to give Thibodeau some credit here, right? All season, the Knicks were playing drop coverage against the Celtics. All season, maybe hedge and recover, peel and recover. Today, they switched everything, and I think that's the smartest way to go. I was looking for some type of adjustment for Tom Thibodeau to make, and he did it. He did it. They switched all game. Even when they went down 20, switched all game. And the Boston Celtics, instead of having these threes in rhythm, open threes that happen sometimes, they were taking threes off the dribble, step back threes. There was always a defender there. Most of the time, there was a defender in the vicinity, even when they were moving the ball. Just a fantastic defensive game plan. This is what I was waiting for, Tibbs. I needed you to do something. I needed you to show me that you were watching the games, that you were watching what everybody else was watching, that the Knicks could not rotate against this team. They can't do hedge and recover against this team. They can't play drop against this team. Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby doing a fantastic job helping and recovering, flying out to three-point shooters. Karl-Anthony Towns got into foul trouble, did not have the best game, but a huge tip back there in overtime. Jalen Brunson didn't have an efficient game, but hit big shots down the stretch, including three-pointers in the fourth quarter to put him up 3 and then put him up 6. OG Anunoby with a fantastic offensive game, and Mikal Bridges did not show off offensively, but the defense that he played in the second half is the reason why this Knicks team holds a 1-0 series lead against the Celtics. A huge corner in 3 of that hit the backboard, apparently. I didn't even know that until Twitter told me today. Just overall, a great, great game. Now you have Game 2 coming up Wednesday. We'll talk about that in a second, but you take Game 1. This is what you had to do, right? If you're a Knicks fan, you just wanted to win one in Boston. You did the job already. You did that. Mission accomplished. Let's get greedy. Let's get greedy. That's all I'm saying. Can't afford to just give games to the Boston Celtics. Knicks have to get every game, every single game that they can possibly get this series. What a game. What a game. And, a lot of it has to do with the fact that the Celtics, yes, they were missing threes. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, 5 for 25 combined from the three-point range. I think the Celtics had a horrible game plan. I think at some point you do have to adjust and start taking the ball to the hoop. They didn't do that. That's on them. KP going out, that mattered. Let's not kid ourselves, Knicks fans. KP adds a different dimension to this Boston Celtics offense with the pick and pop, pick and roll, mismatches in the post, in the paint. They didn't have that in the second half. I thought that was huge. Sam Hauser going down was also huge. He's somebody who's a catch-and-shoot three-point shooter, a dangerous one at that. A lot of things went the Knicks' way in Game 1, but that's okay. We're not apologizing for any of that. They got the victory in Boston, and now we have a series. We have a series. A lot of people, including myself, did not think that this would be a competitive series. I thought the Knicks would get one, but I thought it'd be at the Garden, Game 3, Game 4, when in reality we all thought to ourselves, there's no chance here. Let's just play for pride. We're no longer playing for pride. We're playing to win this thing, and I couldn't be happier as a Knicks fan. I was begging for them to show up and to prove me wrong. Had the Celtics in 5 this series, but I also said I'm rooting hard for my Knicks. And I did. Fantastic game. One of my favorite games. My favorite game of the year. One of my favorite games in the past few decades. So shout out to the Knicks there for their victory. Now, all of a sudden, they're not these huge underdogs anymore. They're plus 270. These are DraftKings odds. Going into the series, they were plus 550, plus 500, depending on the sportsbook or app that you use. The Celtics were like minus 700, 750, depending on what sports book you use, which is gigantic favorites. That's like insane favorites. That shows you what Vegas thought of this New York Knicks team. But how could you blame them, right? I mean, this Celtics team beat the crap out of this Knicks team 3 out of the 4 times they played in the regular season. Why would anybody think that the Knicks can go in and do this? But the playoffs are different, and I think one thing that we've underrated with this New York Knicks team is the grit and toughness that they showed. Yes, we can say over and over again how much more talented they were than the Detroit Pistons, but at the same time, they needed to show grit. They needed to show toughness. They didn't just roll over against the Detroit Pistons when things got tough. They punched back. They punched back and they punched back and they fought. It was a tough series against a team that was probably not as talented as them, but you know what? Maybe that toughened them up for this series against the Celtics, and now all of a sudden the odds are cut in half. Maybe Vegas is seeing what I didn't see. Maybe Vegas is seeing something in this Knicks team that they weren't able to show all year against upper echelon teams. Maybe the Knicks are coming into their own, into the playoffs, which is a different season than a regular season. Maybe this Knicks team is just a playoff team. We'll see. Game 2, Wednesday. Like I said before, let's get greedy. Let's win 2 in Boston. Let's put the pressure on the Celtics to go to Madison Square Garden and take 2 from us. Game 2, should not be looked at as like, oh, we got 1, whatever happens, happens. No, go in Game 2 just as hungry. Win on the road, and all of a sudden this series looks completely different. Insanely different. Huge game. Huge game, too. I don't want Knicks fans watching this game like, oh, this is house money. No, go and win this game. Take it home. Up 2-0. This game is just as big as Game 1. I don't want to hear the house money stuff. I want the Knicks to go in, and I want them to dominate just like they did in the second half of Game 1. Cannot give the Celtics any W's in this series. They cannot afford to do that. They need to get every win that they can. Game 2 is just as important. Let me know what you think in the comments about who wins Game 2. What do you expect Game 2 for the Knicks? How do you think the Celtics adjust? We know they're not going to shoot 63s and miss 45 again. At least I don't think so. That would be insane. So it's going to be a different game. We're going to need different players to step up. But we'll see. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video. I'll see you tomorrow for a more detailed preview of Game 2. Until then, peace.